So I have started, but okay. You're ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
So hello everyone. This is Suchishmita. We have Bhargesh today with us. He is one of our students and has done PGP in automotive designing and manufacturing. And currently, he is placed in Technorhythm Engineering Private Limited as design engineer. So hello Bhargesh, and congratulations on your post. So how was your experience so far with Technorhythm?
Um, First of all, thank you, ma'am, for introducing me such in good manner. So Technorhythm is a really good company. It's a startup with really good projects. We are getting projects from Europe. Now, currently, we are working on McLaren. We are making a dummy car for them, which is going to be showcased. And before this, we were working with Tata Marco Polo. So we designed three buses for them, and one of that bus was showcased in Auto Expo, the hydrogen cell one. So I'm actually having very fun working with the company, and I'm getting to learn new things. I'm getting the colleagues that I have, they're teaching me so much. So I'm really happy with the placement that I've got.
Good to hear that you're enjoying your work, like the way you describe your job role. So, how did you come to know about Skyy Rider?
Uh, at the After completing my graduation, so in that period COVID was going on, and I actually didn't do anything. And I was a bit interested in designing and all that stuff. So I was going through the internet, and I got to know about Skyy Rider. I talked with the counselors, and I was very happy with the program and the schedule that they were giving me. And I accepted it, and I went forward with Skyy Rider Institute.
Understood. So you have done PGP course with us. So
Yes.
did the counselor explained you well about the course so that you have joined?
Yes, the counselor explained me every single thing, the courses, what are the modules, what are the software that I'll be working on, uh, the experience of the tutors and everything. The Everything they explained me properly, and I had some doubts also. So they were really good at clearing those doubts. So I'm happy with it.
Understood. Okay, that's good to hear that our counselors are doing a good job. Moving forward, what was your experience with your job role, current job role, and similarities between our courses or our sessions?
Uh, Current job role, and uh, one thing is that whatever you learn in institute and whatever you are doing in job, you can't exactly correlate it. But what the institute can do for you is make your base strong, which will eventually help you when you get into field. If your base is strong, then you can work very fluently. Or uh, or else, if you're not working hard and not going through the module, if you're not working hard enough and not grasping the basics what they are teaching you and the upper level modules, then there will be an issue for you. Because uh, the actually the things that we work on in actual company is totally not, and I won't say totally, but partially different, because every company, design company, when uh, they has their own style of designing stuff, they has own style of making things. So that is it. So basic and whatever they're teaching you is enough. I guess it was enough for me. I had really good time learning things from my tutors.
Completely agree with you that basics should be strong before starting anything. So, how are the trainers, or how are their ways of assessing your progress in classes?
Trainers are actually, I found it very good, because I'm not, I used to not speak that much. I used to directly, if I'm having any issue, so I used to directly contact them. And that was the best thing for me, because having one-on-one conversation with my tutor and they directly clearing my doubts. So it was uh, nice for me.
Understood. So you said you had a one-on-one conversation, but noticing that you have joined us online, was it easy or difficult to have the interaction or have the face-to-face interaction on a virtual meet and get your doubts cleared by the trainers?
Uh, as as we are saying that I am a designer, and the person who is teaching is also a designer. So whatever they are going to tell me is going to be on the software. My doubt will be related to software. So even if they are in one-on-one conversation with me, so they are clearing my doubt in software. So that was not an issue for me. If we are learning something theory or some other stuff, so that would be a little bit problem. But for me, in the software, if I'm having issue with software, so they were really helpful with that and clearing my doubts. Uh, if that was a good thing, I'll say. They used to conduct meetings, private meetings also for me if I'm having doubts.
Understood. So how how these classes or online sessions helped you to help you gain technical knowledge or skills on softwares and technologies to crack your job interview?
uh, Actually, what happened is we finished. I'm actually doing designing in CATIA. So we actually finished CATIA in the start. And as you know, the program is of 8 months or around 10 months program. So after completing 4 or 5, 6 months, and then you are thinking of doing your career in CATIA. So uh, and there are a lot of software that they are teaching you, so you tend to forget certain things. So it also happened with me, but the tutors were really good. They walked me through all the basics again, and then they also because there was also a special training for us, for the interview purpose. Only for the interview purpose, they taught us all the basics of interview, how to talk, how to answer your questions, how to understand what the person is saying, and then uh, giving reply to him accordingly. And more after this, they also taught us a little more advanced CATIA, which I'm actually doing plastics, but plastics, which is uh, a, a part of designing your car. So they also taught us BIW, which is the exterior designing of the car. So it was really helpful for me, and I enjoyed it.
Understood. So you said you are currently in plastics. So do you still remember all the basics that your trainer have, you know,
Yes, yes.
taught you?
If your basics is not clear, you can't do designing at all. Basic is the key to design, because if you understand your basics thoroughly, then whatever the problem comes while designing, or whatever the requirement from client is coming, you are understanding it, and then you're performing it. If your basics are not clear, then you can't do anything. If your basics are not clear, then you should not come into designing. You should work more on your software, and then you should get into design.
True, very true. So you said Skyradar also has provided you with the helping with you the interview process. So how do
Yes,
you
it is.
think it helped you? Like, how would you recommend someone who is going for a job interview?
Uh, thing is, no matter what the tutor tells you, no matter what the tutor is grooming you for, at the end of the day, it's you who have to give the interview. So you have to prepare. If you only can understand what your tutor is saying, you can grasp that, understand it, and you can make it into your form, because you are going to give the interview. The person, the tutor, he'll tell you all the things that you have to do this, you have to do that. But at the end, you have to give the interview, you have to understand it on your own. You have to, the only when the tutor tells you, you think it starts getting clear in your head. Okay, I have to do this, I have to do that. And eventually, when you prepare for it, then you can easily crack it.
Very true.
It's like it is like cheat code. They give you cheat code, so it's easy.
True. Preparing for the interview is one of the major things when it comes to a
Yes,
job
yes.
interview. Just having
If
the
you are not if you are not presenting yourself properly, then there is an issue because there is a lot of competition outside. So you have to present yourself in such a manner that the person who is taking interview is more lean towards you.
True. Having just the technical knowledge is not enough nowadays because of so much competition in the field.
Yes.
Right. So, how was your interview? How did you crack the interview, and how was your experience after you heard that you have been selected?
Uh, Actually, uh, this is actually a little crazy, but I I had a telephonic round. Okay, that went really good. My actual interview didn't took place, lucky for me, because whenever a new person comes, the interview is taken by the director. Okay, I was lucky enough to only give CAD test, which also went really good, and then I got placed into techno engineering. So that was an upper hand for me, but it doesn't happen with everyone.
Yeah, true. Because having a only first round of interview and a CAT test is something that doesn't really happen in the industry.
Technical, you can learn technical things like in a day, but to grasp CAD, it takes time. You need to have a lot of practice in it. So that is the thing. Because I gave really good CAD tests, so it was not an issue for me.
Right. So, what would you recommend others who are looking for upskilling them, or who are looking to join Skyy Rider institutions?
Uh, I'll say, first of all, you have to think properly which domain you want to do design. If you're saying you want to learn KTI, if you want to learn UGNX, or you want to do SolidWorks. So all the software has their own perks and dismerits also. So as I told you, in designing a car or automotive, there are actually three sections. There is BIW, which is the sheet metal, and there is plastic, and there is also one more, which is rubber. So first of all, you need to understand what you want to learn. You focus on that. You talk with your counselor. You understand every single thing, and then I'll recommend you to go forward with it. Because designing is very vast. Every single thing that you see has to go through designing. So I would recommend you first clear your mind. You understand what you want to do, and then you dive into the design stuff.
Understood. So, would you recommend Skyy Rider Institution for those
Yes,
for
I'll
particular?
definitely recommend Skyy Rider Institute because the tutors are good, and the certifications that we are getting is also good. And one more thing, if people are looking for uh, little friendly this if someone is having if the same course the other institute is giving for at higher rate, then Skyy Rider Institute is giving the same program, same course with little less amount. So that is also good. That is also a thing if someone is uh, looking for that.
True. In the market, the course
Yes,
prices are very high, and we are giving it at affordable prices. So it will,
affordable rates. Yes,
yes. So it will be helpful for someone who is not very financially strong, but still wants to learn more skills and upskill themselves in this field.
upskill. Definitely.
So thank you so much, Bhargesh, for your
Thank you.
valuable feedback because I learned a lot from you that what is the market now. And thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you, man. Most welcome.